I'm going to give you a training video on how to use a simple video app to power up your entire social channel. Okay. Now, one of the most difficult things to do is to create user generated content. But this is, in fact, one of the most powerful things that you can do to power up your channel. So, UGC, user generated content, just basically means that we are taking real users, real clients, real folks that are consuming our products and services and creating original content. So that can be us as the creators, as the entrepreneurs, as the business people, as the sales leaders, but it can also be our clients or hired spokespeople or someone that works for us. Maybe you just hired someone that's going to help you with some marketing and you know that they have the ability to create videos. Why not empower them to create original content to power up your social channels to go and generate leads? The reason why we want to put content on social channels is simple. We want to generate leads on the most powerful social channels available, and we want to do it for the lowest amount of cost. In fact, social leads are known to be of the highest quality because these are real people. These are not bots. These are not, sort of weird, strange things that happens in the advertising world. These are real individuals that are on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube looking for content in your niche, on your topic. And why not capture some of that traffic, take them through our funnel, have them watch our video on those social channels, have them click on a link below, have them place a comment below, have them click on the link in our bio to ultimately go to our funnel. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to present is what our social channel looks like. This is our Instagram as an example. Dubb Team is our username. I invite you guys to follow us. We put a lot of time and effort into our social channels. But what we are doing here is very specific. We are trying to gather social proof in the most authentic way possible. Okay, so if you notice here, we have our existing users of Dubb, which is me, which is Natalie, which is Darius, which is Rob, which is Kimberly. We've got all these folks who are creating original content. And then we now take those videos and add them as collaborators to place them on our Instagram account. This also applies to our Facebook, to our TikTok, to our YouTube, and to our X. In fact, we have an automation that I'll show you in a later video on how we publish to one channel and it automatically publishes to all of the other channels. So if this is interesting for you to have spokespeople on your social channels, I would love to get a one in the comments. It just kind of pumps me up. I want to show you how we do this system. Okay. The first thing that we do is we use the Dubb mobile app. Okay. The Dubb mobile app, the reason why it's so powerful is because it allows us to write a script directly in the Dubb mobile app. There's an AI writer that's trained completely and totally on your business. Okay. What this does, it allows you to write your script, and then the script can be then read in the form of a teleprompter. So now we can take our phone, we can have our script that's prescribed. It can be us, it can be that new person that works for us, it can be a client doing a testimonial, it can be a hired spokesperson. But all we need to do is basically get them the Dubb mobile app, get them the teleprompter, and then they can record their video. Now, once that video is created, that video then gets uploaded into Dubb, and every video on Dubb gets a landing page. The video can be downloaded. It's very easy to manage at that stage. So at this stage, you have the Dubb video, and then there's a URL. So that URL is where the money is, because what you've effectively done is you've taken a human being to record an authentic video. It can be of their face, it can be of their screen, it can be showing something, it can be a walkthrough, it could be a combination. In fact, the Dubb mobile app allows you to record multiple clips and to merge those into one. So you can start with a face, you can show something of value, and then go back to the face to have a call to action. We call those sandwich videos. We love those videos, right? Because it has that humanity, it has the authenticity of a human being, and then it shows something of value on a screen, on a piece of paper, physical space, and then it goes back to the human being saying, if you're interested, if you want to learn more, comment below, link in bio, a call to action. Start with a hook, provide value, provide social proof, make it interesting, make it entertaining, and then end with a call to action. That is always our go-to. Okay. Now, once you have that URL, now you're empowered to power up a whole social channel. So at this stage, you can say, well, do I have an editor? Am I going to edit the videos myself? Do I outsource this? Do I work with an agency? There's a lot of different options that you can have now that you have this video URL. So once you have that video URL, what you can do is you can use Slack. This is an example where we share the URL of the video. In this case, this is Natalie. This is one of our users and spokespeople. She's a real estate agent out in New Jersey, and she's also a spokesperson for Dubb. So when she records one of these videos, she shares it in our Slack channel, and then we can then go and download this and edit it, and she does not have to do any of the heavy lifting. The last thing we want to ask her to do is to go and do video editing. We want to make her job as easy as possible. So all she has to do is write the script, read from the teleprompter, record it, and send us the link. If you don't want to use Slack, you can also use email. So this is an example where she might email us with the link. This is a direct access to the link. And then if you notice in that video, there's a download video option. So at this stage, you now can empower a video editor or an agency or someone to go make this their full-time job. I can guarantee you that every dollar that you spend into rich content on social is going to give you a minimum of $3 back if you do it the right way. Okay, I repeat that. For every dollar that you invest into social, we'll give you a minimum ROI of $3 back. So that's a 300x return on your investment when it comes to social content, but you have to do it the right way. Okay. So, and the right way means having a hook, providing the value, not being salesy, providing the social proof, giving a call to action, having a funnel in there with, a chat automation, which we can talk about later, a link in bio that leads to a funnel, and then the whole sales process of nurturing those folks and engaging with them and then getting them to convert. So 300% ROI on this type of effort. Okay. So we have our video. We share the link, we share it via Slack, we share it via email. And now what we can do is we can go through the editing process. We can edit this video, we can add B-roll. B-roll just means the A-roll is the narrator of the individual speaking, and then the B-roll is showing something on the screen. So it could be recording your screen, recording a document, recording a book, recording a physical space, whatever it needs to be. Your editor should be able to go and do this and figure it out. There's AI content they can use. You can provide content. There's probably a Google Drive, a Google Photos folder of 100 videos that you already have specific to your business. Or you can take your phone and start recording content. We all have a production studio right in our pocket. So why not record a couple of clips if that is required for the video? Sometimes it's not required. Sometimes just a simple face video providing high value content for your audience is absolutely sufficient. Okay. Now, at that stage, what you want to do is you want to take it through the editing process. Okay. So in this case, this is an example of Premiere. This is the Adobe video editing software that we use. You can also use CapCut. CapCut's a really good program. There's a free version of it, but there's a number of paid options which will require an upgrade. You can use Filmora. There's a number of video editing programs that you can use. If you are considering hiring an editor, you can go to Fiverr and find an editor. You can go to Upwork and hire an editor. You can even hire a video editing agency like Video Husky or one of those firms. If you type unlimited video editing, there's a number of agencies where you pay a certain amount of money and they will go and do this video editing for you. Now, once the video is done, the next thing that we recommend that you do is to post this from the correct channel. So this can be your channel, it can be from the spokesperson channel, whoever's original channel that this is going to be placed on. We need to make sure that you post this, you publish this, you put a good caption. Putting captions on the video is also really good in case people have their phone audio off. But what we always recommend on Instagram in particular is to use the invite collaborator option. So the great thing here is that in this case, this is a video that Natalie posted on her account. right here, this is Natalie's account, but every single one of these videos that she's posting on her account is adding Dubb Team as a collaborator. So that becomes really interesting because now when you have a video on our account, it's going to show up like these are all of our accounts. These are all of our influencer accounts. So this is my account. This is Natalie's account. But the point though is that when you do go ahead and publish those, it is going to add Dubb, in this case, the company, as the primary, as I should say, as a collaborative poster. So this is a really good way to get two videos for the price of one. So just to reiterate that, when you publish a video, you want to go into the editing section right here. You want to select tag people here, and then you want to go ahead and add collaborator, invite collaborator, which is right there. So this process is what takes you from A to Z on creating a content, creating videos, using a teleprompter, recording those, sharing those with an outsourced video editing team, publishing those to a YouTube channel, inviting your channel as a collaborator, or you can just post those directly to your channel, and then activating this whole effort. Now, the thing that we always mention as before is make sure that you have a call to action. So, for example, this is our link right here in the bio section that is going to be the beginning of our sales funnel, right? So, in our videos, oftentimes we recommend put a comment below or click on the link in my bio. Those are the two go-to things that we like to say. Sometimes we say just leave a general comment, put the term AI or put the word Dubb in the comments, and that activates an automation, which I'll talk about in another video. Or we say click on the link in the bio. In this case, we have the referral link for Dubb, which pays out a 30% recurring commission in the beginning and then 10% recurring in perpetuity thereafter. So that's a really good way to monetize a social channel, which is exactly what Natalie's doing here. She's grown her channel. This was a screenshot from when she started the channel. She's grown her channel significantly to get more followers and to get more clicks, more views, and so on and so forth. So I hope that video was helpful for you. We love to share content just like this on how you can generate more leads for your business. We encourage folks to use video as much as possible and to use AI as much as possible. And that's what we're all about here at Dubb. So if you want to learn more, visit dubb.com.